Listen, you are now tuning in to the Build for Cuban Links podcast. I am one of your humble and unknown greatest podcasters of the world.
One of
Yaya.
One of two.
And I'm here with my nearest and dearest, as always,
Freezy. And we're back again and again and again and again and again and again and again. What pod number is this guy? Pod number 16 with the man.
16 and few more to go.
Yeah, many more to go. Many more to go.
16 and few.
And before we really get into the nitty gritty business and we start going on, because I'm ready to go off today, people. Because y'all out there, y'all getting me fucking
This man
tight.
look like he's sweating already.
Y'all get me mad, bro. Y'all get me fucking mad with some of these takes that I'm seeing. It's all right, you know. You got your takes. You got your takes. I got my takes. It's fine.
This man getting caught up in the social media.
You know, I do. I like to get caught up in. I like to get involved in the conversation. I like to see what the people are saying. Anyways, my good friend, my good brother.
How you been, bro? Let's set it off
Exactly.
like that.
I've been doing great. I actually, a bitch fucking T-boned me the other day on my way to work and fucked up my day and the rest of my week. My back was hurting like crazy, but you know, you move on. You know, it is what it is. She's a little high school girl, dummy.
She can't drive yet.
Can't drive, whatever. You know, got me fucked up that I learned my lesson from here. Sometimes you learn a lesson from things, right? Situations like this. I, being the nice, humble, young, gracious gentleman, because I had for my other job, my office job, a young woman who's one of the clients at the office called me a gentleman. Said I'm a wonderful gentleman. So I like to go by a gentleman now. That's how I feel. That's how I feel like I need to portray myself as a young gentleman. Anyways, being the young, humble, gracious gentleman that I am,
Yeah.
I offered, without even them asking, my driver's license, registration, and insurance of the car.
As long as you didn't admit fault, nigga, you're good to go.
I did not admit fault because they fucking ran through a stop sign, tried to cross double yellow lanes and smacked it. Whatever. Sorry, whatever. But anyway, I got my feet out today, by the way, people. The audience gonna clown me. The audience gonna clown me. I want to let it be known that I got my feet out. But unlike you dirty-ass motherfuckers out there, I get pedicures, all right? I'm nice and clean. Anyways, moving on.
You got the shiny toes.
You see, I got the clear coat.
Right. Self-care, men's self-care is very important. I make sure my nails is clean because no girl wants your fingers under them.
Exactly. No one wants some dirty fingernails, gentlemen. That doesn't mean you have to make them pink or whatever. I mean, you can if you want to. Nothing wrong with it.
Nah, that's fugazi.
But you could do a little clear coat. I like to do a little clear coat. I might tint it every once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. Anyways, I offered up all my information, and the lady didn't want to reciprocate that information when the cop came because the cop told her, "Oh, it's not required because it'll be in the incident report." And the lady was like, "I'm sorry, but I know you offered me yours."
She played you.
She fucking played me, fucking bitch.
Nigga, you have to know your rights as a citizen.
I know my rights, but like, damn, it's gonna be in the report anyways. But like, damn, you a fucking hater. You a hater, bruh.
The one who admits fault is the one who's gonna have to pay for that shit.
Thankfully, the little girl admitted fault because she knew it was a goddamn fault. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, gotta move on. Shit like that happens. That's part of life. I never actually been in a real car accident before. Someone before, like a couple months ago, smacked the back of my whip trying to fucking get past me on a one lane. Like a dumbass. But this is the first time somebody actually fucking smacked me. My back hurt like crazy. It's all stiffed up. But thank God I went to the hospital. Nothing's fractured. Nothing bad like that. They just gave me some muscle relaxers and I didn't take them because fuck that bullshit. So
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good now. So, you know, got some school ahead of me. I'm grinding, bro. My spring break is coming up pretty soon. It's late as hell. My spring break for CUNY is late as fuck. But, you know, I'm almost done, bro. I'm done. I'm graduating at the end of May. So
congratulations, my friend.
Again, I say it at the top of every podcast almost at this point, but it's like, it's the biggest deal that's going on in my life right now. It's going to be a big achievement for me as a young gentleman.
Que rico. Que rico. Congratulations, my nigga. You've done it. You surpassed the odds, nigga.
Yes, we beat the odds.
You beat the odds.
We beat the odds.
You wasn't supposed to make it past 21.
No.
Coming from the project, coming from the hood.
Anyways, I want to ask you how you've been doing lately.
Well, I have been up to a lot lately. Wavy Studios is taking off in the streets.
Shout out Wavy Studios.
It is the production company that you need to know about and you need to inquire because the talent that is me at Wavy Studios is incredible, and I service all your content needs. The other day, I was actually with my aunt, made by Malia, at a school in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Navy Yard. I was shooting a press day for them, and it was nice. Shout out all the kids making jewelry out there. If you have a dream, pursue the dream.
That's beautiful.
School doesn't teach you that. We know that. School doesn't teach you to dream. Shout out Dame Dash for
They don't teach you how to be your own owner either.
They don't teach you to be a business owner.
Be your own boss.
They don't teach you to do what you want for money. They fail the people and continue to fail the people. But my aunt is
she's a true success story.
She is.
And I'm gonna say this.
She is, bro.
On the pod. I think we would both love to have time to interview her for the people. I think that would be amazing.
A black woman CEO.
Be an amazing segment.
In fine jewelry. It's a rare sight to see. Ha!
Hustler.
It's a rare sight to see. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing content. And I'm taking pictures. I've been actually pitching myself to local businesses, offering my services. And yeah. We taking Wavy Studios higher than ever.
And on to piggyback off that last one that you made, Yaya's been making a big note of me to, he's trying to sell his services, or at least show his services, so that he can get people to pay for his services, obviously, right? But I feel like that's an important aspect of not even just business and running your own business. Even if you want to get a job, I got my job cold calling the place, bro. You know what I mean? You got to hustle out there. Nobody's going to give shit to you.
You got to be hungry.
You can send out 100 applications on Indeed. You can send out 50 applications on LinkedIn. You can send out applications directly to whatever. You can email whoever. At the end of the day, they're going to hire people they know or within their network, right? So if you don't reach out first nowadays, you're not going to get your chance. What's the saying? Closed mouths do not get fed.
That's a good one.
Closed mouths do not get fed.
That's a big saying.
You got to speak up for yourself. You got to vouch for yourself. You got to know how to sell yourself in a sense. In a non.
One thing I would just add to that is you have to know. Feel me? The thing is, you have to know that you have to want it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want it. You have to be hungry. You have to want it. Nobody's gonna give it to you, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
No one's gonna give it to you. And one thing, sorry to cut you.
No,
One thing, I just don't want to forget. Right. One thing is that you have to want it. Right. That's one. You have to want it, and no one is gonna give it to you. Right. But another thing is that you have to just go get it, bro. You have to go get it, and it's no one taught you to run your own business. No one teaches you have to find and seek that knowledge. You feel me?
You have to fail. You have to fail and learn from your failures. You have to keep trying. I think also I just want to add this point again to, I'm graduating, and there's going to be a lot of people graduating over the years. There's a lot of people in college nowadays too. There's also a lot of people coming out of college. They had a report come out that they're not getting jobs in their field, and they're not getting jobs that they needed a college degree for.
We already knew that.
And we already knew that. But that goes to the point. It's not enough to just go to school and get your degree and fuck around and drink and party and fuck all day or whatever the fuck you guys are doing.
Shawty's
right?
getting pipe out in school, bro.
You gotta be able to get these different types of jobs. You gotta volunteer for some places. You gotta intern for some places. You're not gonna get paid. A lot of people are mad nowadays because internships and volunteer experiences are unpaid. Brother, I'm sorry, but you have to deal with it. That's the way the world is. If you don't get this experience under your belt right now, you have nothing to show to a future employer. Why the fuck would I pay you to do something and show you how to do something when I could take somebody who already has that experience and some of that knowledge and then pay them instead, And that is what it is. I feel like that's a big fault. I think CUNY does a good job. I think other schools do a good job of letting the students know that, hey, if you really want to have a career set for yourself, you need to start doing it from now. You need to be studying and working, studying and learning, studying and doing shit and putting yourself out there. So, I think that's a nice little message to send out to the people right at the top of the pod. I think that's great, and somebody who really brings that hustler's mentality. He has a vision for years. He's been one of the greatest rappers at the top of his game for the last couple of years, and he said that he's in his prime right now. And to be honest, I think I agree with him. I think Forest Hills Drive was his best project to date.
You're speaking about Cole because you just went into that.
Jermaine Cole.
Speaking about J. Cole.
But I think the effort and the work that he's putting in and consistently releasing music over the last couple of years has put him in that. He's always been on that upper echelon, but he's kind of differentiating himself from Drake and Kendrick in a sense. And Jermaine Cole surprised everybody with the surprise drop that he announced maybe an hour or two, if that, before the album dropped. He dropped Might Delete Later on Friday the 5th of April, I believe it was. Thursday at midnight going into Friday. And oh my lord, when I saw that album had dropped, it dropped like 10 minutes early on Apple Music, like at 11:50. I just waited for it to come out on Spotify because that's just what I like to use. But I had my setup, I had my speaker monitors, my little Bose speaker monitors. I was in front of my computer. I popped a little edible. I had a little
Say it
wax
now.
pen right next to me. You know what I'm
Say it
saying?
now.
I was ready to dive in and digest this album, and man, I was very not even pleasantly surprised, but I was very. This album really moved me. I think he had a lot of great songs on this album. Some of his best rapping. At the top of the show, we gave you "Trade the Truth" and Ibiza, which Yaya thinks. I believe you said that it's his best song on the album, or your favorite at least personally.
Yeah, I replay it. That's something that gets pulled up and wheeled and come again every single time I hear it. The sample, I just love that.
And his flow
The
and his
flow.
lyrics, his storytelling ability. That song might go down in his catalog as one of the greatest songs he's ever released
Listen, to me, I feel like that's one of my favorite J. Cole tracks to date.
to date, which is insane because of
It's definitely
the
one of them.
back catalog that he already has. You also have on this album, just off the top of my head, which was a surprise to me, he had Daylight on the album with Ab Soul, which once I saw Ab Soul on this project, and I knew that he dropped a surprise project with Might Delete Later, I knew he's going to be coming at Kendrick immediately. Right
That-
off the top,
wait,
you already get it.
That
But
song is called Pie.
Pie featuring Daylight and Ab Soul.
I
That
like that
probably,
song,
I
too.
think a
Straight
lot of
bars.
people are saying that one's the best song off the album. I kind of am tending to agree because it has the best rapping from all three of them. They go crazy. It's kind of odd to me that he has Ab Soul on the project, on the same project where he's dissing Kendrick, and even on the same song, he's sending some subliminal shots Kendrick's way as well.
And Ab
with
Soul,
his TDE label mate or former label mate at this point.
Ab Soul is he
retarded.
on TD or he's left TD and
I
gone on his
believe
own?
Ab Soul is still a TD member.
That's what's something surprising to have
Yeah.
someone from that camp.
I mean, even at the
On a
top of the
response.
album, he starts off with Ari Lennox, Young Dro, and Gucci Mane for Pricey.
I like
which
that
was,
song.
mwah,
I like
was
that song.
Beautiful way to start
Ari-
off the song. Beautiful
Ari-
way.
Right, Ari on the hook.
Mhm.
That shit is tough.
The Gucci speech at the end sounded like a young freaking, I don't even know.
Hold up.
He sounded like a truth teller right there at the end.
I ain't really like the Gucci verse, but I feel like Gucci wrote Young Dro's like hook. I feel like he wrote that.
It's possible.
I feel like he wrote that. That's something Gucci would say. If Gucci was saying that, that shit would be crazy.
I feel like the features on this album too are so surprising. Like, I mean, Ari Lennox, you can imagine. Gucci Mane, I was a little surprised, even though they had songs recently. The Cameron flip on Ready, but Ready 24,
was hard.
obviously, it was hard. I really enjoyed that song.
Cam doing his thing. He's on
Yeah.
he's on J. Cole's album.
He had Cinch on the album, which I was very surprised by. You know, I mean, I guess they probably made that connection through Drake while they were on tour together. But that song was great. I think Cinch had a great verse on there as well. And we got two songs with Boss as well. So
I didn't play it like me. I was skipping around. You feel me? I was skipping around. I didn't play it one till however many tracks it is. I was skipping around. I kind of really overlooked the Cinch record. I was really feeling that like that. But Trey the Truth in Ibiza Lit is one of them ones. Sure.
To me, the real, like, I feel like albums always have these, like, sort of sections where it's a run. Because I listen to it chronologically. And for me, the run was from Pie to Stealth Mode to 3001, Trade the Truth in Ibiza, and then all the way down to 7-Minute Drill, which is the overt diss towards Kendrick, right? The one where he's addressing everything. And that song in itself, the first beat, I didn't enjoy that much. I thought his rapping was good, but I didn't like the beat that much in the first half of 7-Minute Drill. But when the conductor flip came in, that shit changed everything.
We have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem.
Conductor.
We have a problem.
Ridiculous. And it's great rapping all over the project.
So peep, right?
Yeah.
So this conductor, J. Cole draws for conductor.
Mhm.
We know that.
Yeah.
That just happened. Griselda, in-house producer,
Yeah.
basically.
Basically.
And
all over their projects.
Kendrick could draw for Ninth Wonder. That would be a crazy.
Possibly.
We know Ninth Wonder to produce the 3-beat sonata on Damn Duckworth. I like that song for Kendrick.
That's one of his best songs ever.
Yeah, but I like the conductor 7-minute drill. I like that half section.
Yeah, that's
and it was just a warning. It was just a warning. So
that's what Cole also mentioned. He mentioned it was a warning shot. But I mean, to me, okay, Kendrick drops that verse on Like That. which is an overt diss to Drake, but Cole catches some shade in that because of his association with Drake in that song.
To me, Kendrick has no. You're out of bounds. You don't have no power to do that. To just come out of nowhere and start dissing niggas out of nowhere. That's why I didn't really take it seriously, because I was like, nigga, I'm not taking you seriously, because you can't just come and go as you please like you own the house, bro.
That's what he did with
You
the
don't own the
Control
house,
Verse,
nigga. Your catalog is not as big as the men that you're going up against, Bridget.
I think that's an argument that's different, though. I feel like he might not have as many albums, but the quality of his albums.
Fuck that shit. That nigga ain't making the same amount of songs. He is not practicing.
He's not an active rapper. He dropped.
You can't just come and go as you please, man.
I know this. The last album he dropped is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I know that's the name.
Is anybody playing it?
I like to call it the Miles Morales album.
Is anybody playing it?
That Miles Morales album, garbage. Absolutely garbage.
No.
It had maybe three good songs. That were all right on there. A lot of Baby Keem pushing on there. I don't really fuck with the motherfucking Baby Keem like that. His little nephew, whatever. Maybe that's hate. Maybe that's hate.
Because his uncle is Kung Fu Kenny.
Yeah, because his uncle's Kung Fu Kenny. And I don't like that whole little family tie shit, whatever. You put on Sir and you put on, what's his face, the other fucking Netflix. Oh, D-Smoke, come on, give me a fucking break. That shit I hated. I hate that shit because I watched that Netflix show because I'm like, okay, maybe they'll do a little cool thing for hip-hop, a little breakout underground artist, and the one who wins the whole things is fucking Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
He's nice, nigga. Nigga, that's a family connection. That's networking.
Shit out of here. That's bullshit.
That's called networking.
Whatever. That shit is trash to me.
If I got on, I will put you on. I will put the family on.
That's true. That is true.
You just hating.
It's hate. But you know what? I can hate. Fuck that shit. I can hate. That last album, it was all right. For Kendrick to make us wait 5 years for him to drop that shit is crazy.
You are out of order.
Out of order. So
out of line.
You realize that people have... we're not the only two with that narrative. Other people have had that narrative that the Miles Morales album was not that good. Was not that good at all. And a misstep from him.
The single from that where he was talking about Nipsey, I like that, but the whole album didn't sound like that.
Yeah, where he does the fucking AI face all over the
that was hard. I like that.
That one song was better than the whole album. The Hard Part 5 was better than the whole fucking album.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's
the only
even
one
a
I go back to.
conversation. People are coming at Cole because he said the whatever lines about the chronological order of Kendrick's albums being ass or whatever the fuck they want to say. I have this to say about Kendrick's albums. Section 80, classic mixtape. Good Kid, Mad City, classic album. Mm-hmm. To Pimp a Butterfly, which Cole called boring and whatever, I think is a classic album.
It is.
I don't think that could be debated. Some people do think that it's boring. I don't think we are those people. Because the rapping and just the musicality of that album in itself is on another level. And I don't think Drake or Cole have been able to make an album that sounds that good with that subject matter. But I think there's a small community. A lot of people are not going to agree with me. I think Yaya doesn't agree with me either. But I know my boy Stone does agree with me because I remember in the moment he was telling me this shit too. Damn was Kendrick Lamar's most commercial pop sounding album. I'm not here for that shit. I'm sorry.
It had hits. Loyalty.
Man, fuck that shit. Fuck Loyalty. Nobody listens to that shit no more.
Nigga, that shit comes on, nigga. Fuck out here. I ain't gonna let you do that.
If you're out here listening to DNA and Element in 2024, I'm sorry, but you're a fucking lame.
You're a fucking loser. Listen, wait. Let's just calm down. Because when it came out, you was praising it. Those were DNA. You like DNA. You like those songs, nigga.
I like them in the moment, and they didn't last. They did not last. Those songs did not have any lasting power. The best song that lasted the best from that album, probably the best two songs that lasted the most from that album, was Duckworth because of his rapping on it and his storytelling ability and the Ninth Wonder beat, like you're saying. The Ninth Wonder Symphony, the 4-act symphony that he made. Yeah, that song is amazing. What's the other one? Give me my money. Just give me my money. That shit is trash. That record, nigga. This shit is trash.
You saying it's trash now. Back then, you praised that shit when it came out. I remember.
I don't know anybody who listens to that shit now. I haven't heard that shit I haven't heard that album on the radio. I haven't heard that album in the whips. I haven't heard that album nowhere. I haven't heard that album.
Yeah, because the nigga disappeared, bro. The nigga disappeared.
He disappears, and that's on him.
abracadabra. That nigga
And I'm
disappeared.
not even mad at him dissing Cole and them going back and forth. What I'm more mad at is the audience reaction. I think maybe like Yaya said, maybe I'm letting the internet get the best of me. But I hate the audience reaction. Because everybody's just falling back and saying, oh yeah, but Cole's albums are boring and Cole's this and this was trash and yada yada yada. But y'all don't keep that same energy for Kendrick. What did Kendrick say? The Prince and Michael Jackson line was that crazy? For you to say that a lot of people are saying that Kendrick doesn't have to respond directly to Cole. No.
Nigga,
there's a timer
ducking,
on it,
bro.
There's a timer on it right now. Because you sent a warning shot. You sent a warning shot on a future feature, whatever. It's a cheat code. It'll go number one. It's probably going to fall off by now. Because Type Shit is probably going to be a more popular record than it right now. But Cole responded to you for a whole 12-track, 45-minute album with bars, with disses all over the goddamn place.
Freezy is very passionate.
If you don't respond,
about this.
If you don't come back with a song and you just let that sit there, what is your legacy as a rapper? The guy who dropped
sell records, nigga. That's the legacy.
Yeah, he sold records. He didn't sell more records than Drake. He probably didn't sell more records than J. Cole. Who cares? I don't care about records. I don't care about that shit. It's about the quality of music and the staying power of the music. And especially if you want to say you're the number one rapper in the game, you got to be in the game consistently. You got to be dropping consistently. Especially if the last, like, Damn and Mr. Morales, you know, it didn't have no staying power like that. I don't think this shit has staying power. You want a Pulitzer Prize for Damn. Congratulations. The white people acknowledge you. Congratulations. The first non-jazz or classical music album to get an award for writing, which the writing on there isn't even that crazy. If you were going to get a Pulitzer Prize, it should have been for To Pimp a Butterfly, but they wasn't going to recognize your ass back then, right? Whatever.
You seem very hurt.
And he won a Grammy for the Mr. Morales album. He won a Grammy for that piece of shit. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know. I don't understand it. I think I'm more offended at the people's response towards Cole. Because I think the disrespect towards Cole is not warranted at all.
Like I said,
not warranted.
Like I said to you yesterday, these people are not music critics. They're creators on TikTok trying to say the next best thing.
That might be true. That might be true. Just trying to jump on it.
We try to do that too, but we have some truth to it.
We have some truth to it. I think,
and we know music, nigga. That's a fact.
The rapping he does on this album is better than the rapping that Kendrick did on that last album.
Sonically correct music.
And it's written well. It's written amazing. And I think he's still going to come with the fall off, allegedly, from the way this album sounded.
Yeah, it's coming.
He's still dropping an album. So Kendrick, stop fucking ducking. Diss him directly. You said you're the numero uno. You said you're number one. Fuck the big three. It's just me, right?
He's not, bro.
He's waiting on Drake.
Everybody knows.
He knows he could diss Drake and probably smack Drake up. Probably, right? Whatever he's got ready for him, he could probably smack
Kendrick,
him up. Quote unquote.
You think lyrically Kendrick could smack Drake?
I think they're both great lyricists. It's going to be a tough battle. The people I think Drake's image is going to hurt him a little bit.
Yesterday you didn't say that. Yesterday you said that Drake could outbar both of them.
I think Drake could outbar Kendrick, and I think Drake could outbar Cole. I think Cole also has the ability to outbar Kendrick and Drake. I think Kendrick also has the ability to outbar Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. You know what I mean? It goes for all of them. But to me, the thing is, Kendrick, you can't take a back seat now and wait for Drake to respond, because then people who were calling Drake pussy for not responding to Kendrick don't got nothing to say about Kendrick not responding to Cole. It's like we moving the goalposts.
Nigga, they always move the goalposts.
We moving the goalposts for Kendrick for what? For what?
Because that's y'all king. That's y'all king.
I don't know.
That's y'all king. That's your king.
I don't know about that. A
couple years ago, you wouldn't have said that, nigga. When Damn came out, you was high and proud for.
Bro, Damn isn't better than Take Care. Damn isn't better than Nothing Was the Same. It's not.
That's a fact.
It's not. It might not even be better than If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
Nigga, thing is, he didn't drop. So, nigga, you need a lot of music.
Bro, Drake.
You need a lot of music to compete.
I'm also tired of the argument that Drake doesn't have classic albums, because Drake has Take Care. He has Nothing Was the Same. He has If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Views is a classic album. At this point, I think it's pretty well known that Views is a classic album. And Scorpion. I think Scorpion's a classic double disc album. It might have some filler in it, but the songs that came out of it was classic, and to make that project a classic timeless piece of music. And Kendrick has not been dropping as consistently. So he can't come out and be like, I'm the best. And then what? Cole's like, all right, bet. So fucking say my name. I think that's the main thing. Kendrick didn't say no names. He did subliminals, but they were overt subliminals because of the first person shooter and the Prince and Mike Jack, right? Cole is coming out and saying, word, I don't want to do it to you, but I will fucking do it to you. So if you want that smoke, say my name and come out again. The ball's in your court, Kendrick. We waiting on a response. The people are waiting on a response. They might say they're not, but they know deep down. They know deep down.
All right, so I have a
They know
question.
deep down.
So do you think that like I said last time, do you think Kendrick? I feel like the smartest thing from my marketing mind would be is to I just left the label. I got my own shit. I diss these niggas, get the numbers up.
Drop an album.
And then I drop an album.
Drop an album. Do it.
That's textbook as it gets right there.
Do it. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm
That's
not
as
mad
textbook
at
as
that.
it gets.
Because if that's the rollout that you're doing for that album, fine, whatever. Like, it's rap, right? Like, that's a typical rollout that we've seen over the years. But drop. Don't give me this waiting around shit when you just came out so overtly on a record like that. You strutting your wrists, you strutting your feathers. If you were Peacock, your feathers was all over the place on that song, and now you're gonna shy away like a little whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me, and it gets me agitated.
Very agitated. Look at him. You getting red in the face, bro. You look like a tomate, bro.
You know what it is though, too, because I've been waiting on this beef for years. Pause. No Diddy. They should have been beefing back and forth. They should have been dissing each other back and forth for years. They have.
Nigga, I want peace.
Fuck peace. It's rap. These are the three top
peace.
dogs.
It's competitive sport, yes.
By the end of this beef, one of these three should not be in the same bracket as the other.
Listen here.
By the end of it.
Let me just say this. Do you think that this was just a ploy to get everybody riled up because nothing is happening right now in hip hop? The niggas is not really dropping nothing. R&B is ruling the land, and Afro beats is ruling the land.
I don't think it's that.
I think it's that. I think it's perfect timing.
I can kind of agree with you. I can kind of agree with you.
Perfect timing.
It's perfect time to shake up the game and make hip hop more interesting. Yeah. But I don't think that's because.
And yo, not to cut you, right? It is a tactic, and the thing is, it's like, it's like, yo, it's one of the tactics that you pull where, all right, yo, it's struggling so bad, we had to draw for the three at the top to push this shit. And
that's not on them.
That's a crazy thing that they have to draw for.
That's on the up-and-coming artists right now that none of them have been able to match the artistry. They're still the top three by far, right? Whatever, you want to throw Future in there, I don't think Future's album would sell that much if it wasn't for Kendrick Lamar, these motherfuckers, or for Playboy Cardi and Travis being on the album.
His catalog sold for 50, Drake's sold for 500.
Let's move on from that, right? But there's no artist out there that can match the lyricism or the musicality of those three at the top, and that's part of the problem. Everybody is making
everybody's a veteran.
It's microwave music, but it's microwave music. It's music that doesn't last, and we've known that for the last however many years. There's no reason these guys should be almost to their 40s and still running shit this big. That wherever they like, Cole is selling 100 and is going to sell 150,000 units first week. It looks like.
Yeah, we haven't talked about first week numbers in a long time.
With a surprise drop.
What do you think about that? Because you always
Future sold a lot of money. I think Future sold like 250. Beyonce just came out and shitted out the bed 400,000. I don't know.
Sales. You talking about sales? You just said money.
First week sales.
Yeah.
And Cole is about to sell 150, which I think is not bad. It's not bad for a surprise.
You know what the last project sold? The Kevin, whatever it's called.
Which one?
The pink, not the pink, the purple album cover with Kevin's heart or some shit.
Oh, KOD. I think that probably sold like 200 something.
For a surprise, no promo, just drop it.
Exactly.
That's
it's just
impressive.
because he's one of the GOATs. You know what I mean? But then you see like a Trippie Redd come out here with MGK
Star power,
and they sell 15K first week. You know, and it's different.
Who asked for that? Did anybody ask for that?
Shit.
Did you want that? Trippie Redd?
No.
Trippie Redd kind of fell off to me.
But
Trippie Redd had
everybody
everybody
want to get
back
off the topic still because it's like, I don't know. Maybe there's not much else to say about it. I think Drake should come out with a record.
Nigga, you just spit like.
I think Drake should come out with a record.
You spit like 100 bars just now. You just went off like you speaking Spanish, nigga.
I mean, I am very passionate about this topic. This is a topic for me that's very. It could push hip hop forward, but it could also hold it back.
You want the beef, nigga? You trying to hold it back? I say
no Diddy.
I say peace.
You say
you
peace.
You
and
win
love
more
and
with peace.
Alhamdulillah and the J. Cole, like we're friends. I don't want to do this to you. And blah blah blah.
No, he has to respond. That's
get to the fucking business. You don't have to kill each other. You don't have to shoot each other. You don't have to beat each other up, maybe, whatever. Maybe they'll get tight and they'll beat each other up, whatever.
Yo, Cole likes the Second Amendment. Shout out Cole.
Bro, smack each other on a verse, on a hook, on a song. Just like they're doing. It's perfect. That's what you gotta do. It's music. It's music. Yes, music doesn't always have to be competitive, but in rap and in hip-hop, its roots are competitive. It's a competitive sport, man. It's a competitive sport, just like Spotify said, even though fuck Spotify, but you know what I'm saying?
You want to talk about that? Because you didn't talk about it last time. What happened with Spotify?
Spotify put up a billboard after Kendrick dropped that shit, and they said hip hop is a competitive sport. And then they came out with a billboard now after Cole dropped his album and said, I think hip hop is still number one or whatever. But it was like a promo run in New York City in the time. I don't think it was Times Square. It looked like it was at a Penn Station near the Garden, where it was like hip hop is still number one, and it was a collab with Rap Caviar, which is one of their playlists. First of all, fuck Rap Caviar. If you listen to Rap Caviar, you're a fucking loser. I'm gonna keep
Create
it a
your own
fucking
playlist,
buck.
nigga.
Make your own goddamn playlist, motherfucker. At least use
better than the
At least
radio.
let the AI DJ do something for you off your likes, right? That's way better than Rap Genius or not Rap Genius, fucking Rap Caviar. Moving on. Spotify, you're using all this shit to big hip hop up. You're trying to incur beef within these hip hop artists. You're trying to say hip hop is number one, but you paying how much?
Slow it down.
How much are you paying per stream, Spotify, to these artists, to these hip hop artists that are number one or that are supposed to be competitive? How much? 0.0001 cents percent of a stream.
And podcasters are not getting paid from any streams.
Fuck that.
We know.
Y'all just give us the platform. Y'all just give them the platform.
We know.
But someday somebody's gonna take that shit back from you, and you gonna see. You gonna see.
Wicked people, they suffer in the afterlife.
Yeah. They suffer in the afterlife. They gonna suffer in the now too. I'm telling you. I see it coming. But yeah, I like I said, I'm really passionate about this shit. They try to say my boy Cole was transphobic and homophobic.
Yeah.
Man,
we don't acknowledge
if you don't
stupidity.
get that shit out of here, man.
We don't acknowledge stupidity.
One take that I think was reasonable. Kendrick tried to use that transgender segment on that song Auntie's Diaries on the last album that had a lot of attention to it, you know, where he's talking about his uncle who came out as transgender and he was mad about it or whatever. But it's like, bro,
I don't remember that.
Like Kendrick's just pandering to y'all, man. He's just trying to get the stream, trying to pander.
Listen,
It's pander music. We don't have time for this pander music. Get to rapping. Get to the art.
Let me say one thing. Right? To me, Kendrick, when he came out, right?
Yeah.
He was pushing the consciousness.
Yes.
And there was a point where he said, yo,
get a sip of water because I'm going crazy.
This nigga going crazy. But there was a point, right? Where Kendrick, he was known for talking about the conscious rap, right? Mm-hmm. Drake doesn't do it, and he has to speak towards that. I feel like Drake has to me at least, nigga, you's a black nigga, you have to speak about what black people go through, nigga. Even though your mom is white, nigga, you have to speak about something. You have to spit something conscious to me.
Granted.
To be a boom bap rapper. Feel me? You can't just be talking about these. I love when you talk about the bitches, but about the women, but like, and all the girl songs is fire, right? Okay. But the one thing you don't talk about is it's not relatable to the nigga coming from the project. It's not relatable to me.
But I don't think he's ever really made, unless it was we were talking real beginnings. I don't really think he ever really made music like that.
But nigga, to me,
he never did.
To be considered like a rapper, to me, a hip hop rapper, you have to talk about your experience. Or the experience that you don't have to face police brutality per se to talk about it. Like,
you're right.
Kendrick, let me just get this off. Yeah. Kendrick, he came out, All Right was a big hit. We gonna be all right, talking about
the whole
social
Butterfly album.
Social injustice, right? Mm-hmm. Cole talks about social injustice all the time. You a part of the big three. You make tunes for the gal them that get added to my playlist every time you drop them. I love that. Don't stop that. But to make it relatable, my guy, you have to talk about some conscious shit, and then niggas will put you in a different lane.
I think there is a counter argument to that, though. I think, for example, Cole.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just before I forget, right?
Go on, move on.
Just before I forget. So I say that to say Kendrick, he came out talking about conscious shit, right?
Okay.
And then he kind of threw it away and was like, yo, I'm trying to live like Kodak. I'm trying to be a young nigga and just do wild shit. Okay, that's fine. But your whole thing was being a conscious nigga. So you just disrespecting the art when you just throw it away and then come back as you want. But your main thing was talking about the social injustice and shit. And now you're going back on that, and then you're disappearing. When Nipsey died, you disappeared, and you come back 3 years later. Like, nigga, come on, bro. That's just, to me, you're disrespecting the art.
I definitely see your point. I think on the flip side to that, like you mentioned, Cole has always been a very conscious rapper, and he's kept these social commentary themes throughout his music. But he's also been able to balance it out with making a "You Ain't Meet Me at the London," and with a catchy song with the summer song or with the song about girls or whatever, losing his virginity on Wet Dreams or whatever the fuck, right? I think to me the thing is, I think Cole, especially
He actually came from the hood.
a lyric also spits out to me from Cole.
Freezy didn't come from the hood. He didn't come from struggle life. You feel me?
No.
But to me, I would just put Cole higher than you because he talks about relatable things. Talk about all the bitches that you smashing, which I love. I love that. I love that drizzy.
And he's also probably so far removed to a lesser life at this point that he used to live that he can't even talk about it no more. You know what I mean? I mean, isn't that what he says on one of his songs? Like, they ask why I can't rap like that. I just don't know how. Is what he says.
I just don't think that nigga came from the struggle like that.
He keeps it a buck. But like I was saying, I didn't get to finish my point. I didn't get to finish my point about Cole. He always spat that conscious rap, but he mixed it in with more commercial songs and trapping songs and whatever, right? But
make the hits for Jay-Z.
He has a bar that he said that, thinking back to it now, I have a feeling that this was directed at Kendrick. That he said basically along the lines of, you guys make conscious music and you've made so much conscious music about the struggle of black people and the struggle of poor people that at this point, if you don't make music like that anymore, it's not good. And he said,
wait, say that again.
I gotta get the line again. I gotta get the line right here. I'm gonna get it off the top of my head.
Just repeat what you said because it kind of went over my head. You don't have to.
He said something. I think it was on Johnny P's Caddy. Johnny P's Caddy with Benny the Butcher.
Okay.
He mentioned something along the lines of, like, rappers who rap that certain type of music wish that we were still struggling as a people.
Cole said that.
He said that on Johnny P's Caddy. And I think at this point, that was directed towards Kendrick. Because, like you said, he made his biggest song or his best album, quote unquote, through social commentary.
Social injustice, talking about what's happening.
Commentary music.
That's how hip hop was started.
But since he takes so long in between albums, it might just be the fact that if he can't do a social commentary like that, he just can't make music.
That's a good point.
And I think that's the point that Cole is trying to make.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
He's like, you can't be the number one dog.
That's a good point.
When, like, you wish that, like, you need some foul shit. You need some really vile shit to be going on to be able to make music about it.
But the thing is, to make hits, you had to capture the moment. It's the moment. And during that time period, that was a perfect moment. Everybody needed that all right song. Everybody needed that. Everybody heard that. Everybody needed that, right? But the thing is, to me, he's like kind of just shying away from the position that he garnished, that he wanted.
Yeah, but then again, like you're saying, maybe Kendrick's perspective on it also is, if I'm not able to make this social injustice commentary music, people are not going to perceive it as good as my old stuff. And that might be how he's feeling, you know what I mean?
But that is called, you know what that's called, Freezy? A chink in the armor.
Exactly.
That's called a chink in the armor.
And I'm going to let it go that you said chink.
No disrespect. No disrespect. He took it as disrespect. You're not even Asian.
I didn't take it as disrespect. I'm lying.
This nigga's funny.
I'm lying.
Shout out to all the Asian people out there. We love you.
Man, I
all people.
I wish I could find this bar right here, man.
People got the gist, bro. You ain't got to go crazy about it. People, I understand. I understand. And if you want to know what he's talking about, listen to Johnny P's Caddy on Benny the Butcher's previous album to the one that he just dropped the other day. Talk about it. What do you what do you feel? You feel like you got everything out for that?
I think I might be missing something, but at this point, it wasn't with Benny. It wasn't with Benny. It was on Secret Recipe with Yachty.
Okay.
It was on Secret Recipe with Yachty, and I'm gonna pull it up right now. Cole and Yachty coming for their respect. He talks about rappers being fake, progressive, and woke.
Yeah.
He started saying less. I had to stop it. I peeped how they profit off of racial stress.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Got so rich, they probably wish we stay oppressed.
Shout out. Fuck Black Lives Matter too.
Listen to this.
I tell you, the niggas got rich and ran away with the money.
Studio steppers moving extra on songs fake and rep. Only Breaking Bad in the lab. thought y'all was making meth. He has a lot of steppers bars ever since that Mr. Morales album.
Nigga, it
He
just
has a lot
proves
of
to what
steppers
we
bars.
were just talking about. I mean, I feel like it's just a waiting game. We're just in that little gray area to where we're gonna see how
when we see
they
this
gonna
beef,
move the chess
this
pieces.
beef, no Diddy, right now between these two, and you listen back to these old lyrics, like these bars, that could be a straight shot at Kendrick.
Yeah,
That we just
I feel like he's talking about Black Lives
we didn't
Matter.
intercept. I think so too.
Too.
I mean, he also had a beef with I think you know the artist No Name. Have you heard of the artist No Name, a female artist?
Yeah, I know her actually.
So she had an issue with Cole because whatever, he dropped a song, and then she goes out on Twitter and is like, "Well, Cole, it's Black Lives Matter movement right now, and you're not saying anything about Black Lives Matter movement. We're looking to you." And then he responded to the song, and then she responded again. But it's like,
I didn't know that she was.
she
She's
was really
big.
she was really tight about
she's
that.
Like one of the
she was really tight
female
about that.
spitters
And people,
that are in like a
people
category.
Online are really tight about that. But it's like, what you like, so because there's a bunch of a racial injustice or a bunch of racial problems happening in the world, like J. Cole has to respond to everything that happens immediately.
Nigga,
you know what I mean?
That same Black Lives Matter shit, they ran away with the money.
Exactly.
And bought houses.
Exactly.
They ran away with your money and they with all the donations and they bought houses.
And again, that's why Cole says
they got corrupted by the money.
Fake, progressive, and woke. I started saying less. I had to stop it. I peeped how they profit off of racial stress. They got so rich, they probably wish we stayed oppressed.
Them niggas fucked off with a lot of money.
That's real.
And claiming that they helping black people.
That's real.
They fucked up with a lot of money.
What do we call it? We call it the pandering. The pandering. These guys is expert panderers. They see some struggle, some strife going on, but they don't actually make the difference to help people. They just, like everything gets corrupted and they just put it in their own pockets, man. But moving on. That's what Cole had to say. I just wanted to point that out because that bar was sticking with me and I didn't really see anybody else bringing that up in this whole conversation. I think that adds a little bit more context to maybe the issues that have been bubbling with these two. But again, the dissing aside, the project was phenomenal. And if you don't see that, if you can't hear that, you got to get your fucking ears checked. Mm-hmm. You got to get your fucking ears checked.
But some other music did drop.
Yeah, and I'm more lighthearted now.
I'm gonna go into it. And it's actually funny because when Cole's album dropped that we were just talking about, Bryson's album dropped the same day. And this nigga Freezy was texting me like, "Yo, you listen to the Cole project?" And I was talking about the Bryson project. It was a confusion. I was like,
"Yo, he's dissing them all over this album." And he's like, "What are you talking about, bro? This is for the women." I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
I was listening to Bryson Tiller. So Bryson Tiller dropped his self-titled album. And it was to die for. To me, the album cover has like a lot of AI art. He's like in that phase where he's doing he's using the AI. He's using the AI to make his music videos. He dropped a freestyle the other day. You sent it to me, I believe.
Yep.
And to me, he had something to prove with this album. You understand? Just looking on social media, I seen that he's been he's actually been before the album dropped, right? He says on Insta, I think it was like an interview with some platform. He says that he doesn't need features because everyone is trash and he could do it himself. You feel me? So he's saying a big line. But a couple of days before the project, he actually put albums of Chris Brown, of The Dream, of on his story. Like he was promoting shit that I guess that's what he likes. You feel me? And
maybe inspiration for this project. He
bigged up Chris Brown. He bigged up The Dream for sure. I'm not sure on who else he bigged up, but to me, like I said before, Bryson is pushing towards that dream status, and to me, he's a seasoned veteran now.
He is.
He's a seasoned veteran now, and this album was amazing. It's just what I needed. R&B for the queens. I needed the R&B. And I like to compare Bryson to The Dream because to me, he's earned that recognition from me. You know me? He's earned that recognition from me. And the single for the project was Whatever She Wants. And that was killing.
It was a banger. It went viral on TikTok before it even dropped.
It was killing. It was killing the streets. We talked about it before. The 8 songs were added to the undefeated R&B playlist.
Okay.
You feel me? My undefeated R&B playlist. No one has yet to test my aux when it comes to the R&B. So, it's not cap.
It's cap. Cap.
My standouts from the album include Persuasion
Yep.
featuring Victoria Monet.
I wasn't a big fan, but it was all right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but to me, I really liked it because it was the great wordplay. Like on the course, she was saying like, you got to give me that persuasion instead of saying pussy. She said persuasion, and she's like, yo, come here so I can sit down on that decision.
Wait,
Like,
what was that last bar?
shut your bitch ass up. I'm singing, bitch. I'm singing. You can't sing like me. That's for sure.
It's cap.
It's not cap.
I really like Chow, personally. That's amazing.
Hold up, just
Chow
before
was
I get there, right? I love Chow too. That keeps on getting replayed.
Yeah.
But yeah, both Victoria and Bryson did that kind of great wordplay on Persuasion. I like that. I like Stay Gold. Stay Gold was hard. And Chow, like what you said, you like Chow. Chow.
Chow was really great.
To me, I feel like Drake could have floated on this beat. You feel me? It was great polyphony. And I replay it back to back. That's not a song that I could listen to one time.
I need another. Yeah, I definitely.
It's hard.
I definitely, for sure, 1000%. I need another Bryson Tiller and Drake song. I was just checking if the mic was working because I heard it go off, but I think we're good.
You're Gucci, bro. Keep going.
Yeah. Moving on. I think.
Wait, hold up.
Right? Doesn't it sound a little off?
You sound good, bro.
I sound good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one more song that I
Go
did
ahead.
that was a standout for me. Or I have actually a few. I want to name that. Random Access Memory, Ram, featuring Sierra Lasan. You knew the sample when I played it.
Yeah, the Clara Lasan song. Yeah.
Bryson drawing for that Jersey Club. Bryson is drawing for the Jersey Club, and it was amazing. And I just love that song as well. I do have a couple more songs that got added. I do want to acknowledge real quick. Go scroll all the way down. The nearly 1,000 songs on R&B playlist. By the way, that shit's crazy. I liked Rich Boy. I like Rich Boy. I like Attention, and I like No Thank You, Prize, and for F for You. F for You. I like that song too.
Okay.
And just real quick, because I'm looking at my R&B playlist. J. Cole, the song Fever from
Which people
Might delete
didn't
this.
like. Which people didn't like.
It got added to the playlist. I didn't really like it at first, but he's talking about women. Yo, you talking about women? All right. Sounds all right. I could get used to it. But yeah, that's all I really have for Bryson. I feel like this one he had to make a point, and he definitely made a point to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very he proved something. He just proved something, and I'm very proud of Bryson and how he's evolved as an artist.
He's projected to sell, I believe, 40,000 first week, which is not bad.
That's all right.
It's not bad.
Dropping the same day as Cole.
Bad.
He didn't give a fuck.
Cole, I
He
think
didn't give a
really
fuck.
Is going to overshadow it, but
That's something to acknowledge. He dropped the same. He didn't push the date back.
Definitely has songs that I think can go, like, post this album release. You know what I mean? Like weeks from now, months from now, there's songs.
You said you thought it was a classic. I think it's a classic too.
The Bryson album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I definitely
think so. This summer, I think will definitely will be the summer of Bryson and hopefully Party Next Door, who we talked about already. Before I go into that, I just want to give Bryson his flowers and myself and say the album was phenomenal, and I cannot wait to lock in with my girl and listen to this album. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be happening.
Maybe.
Ya tú sabes.
It was time for the Cole for me to get heated off of the Cole. Sometimes you just need to sit back and relax and chill with your shawty and just listen to some Bryson Tiller.
Can't go wrong with R&B, baby.
That's all it is. And shout out Bryson. I think the self-titled album was very smart, to be honest. I like that play. I think that's a great play because it makes people think that this is going to be a very important album to your catalog. And I think it definitely was. And I hope he consistently drops music because I know it probably takes him a while to make these types of songs, at least 20 songs on this project, 19 songs.
He's been active for a long time. I don't think he was really taking a break. He's been active on other people's projects.
He stays consistent because the world is a better place with Bryson Tiller music.
There you go.
And I guess we can move on. That's a good point to move on.
Yeah,
going from another inconsistent R&B artist who does not drop as much as his people would like him to drop. We have Party Next Door, who is scheduled to release P4. So Party Next Door 4.
Yes, sir.
Adding to the classic Party Next Door series of albums. On April 26th.
I feel like the date changed. It was 24th, and then they changed it to the 26th.
I believe that is true.
Yeah.
And he hasn't dropped an album, which is crazy to me because when he dropped Party Mobile, he also had not dropped an album in years. And it's crazy to me that it's been 4 years since we last got a Party Next Door album, but it has been. He comes around like a World Cup cycle every 4 years. But he drops great music. The Party Mobile album, obviously we didn't have the pod to talk about it, but it was excellent. It was beautiful. It had the Rihanna feature. It had a bunch of great songs. It had a lot of great music on there. And, you know, he did a couple of features, I think, with Drake recently, too, and the members only, which we were listening to before the pod. Mm. You're too down with the gang. With the, you know. It
was all right. It got added to the playlist.
Party Next Door is fire, and I think he's going to drop a fire project. And like I said, it's definitely going to be a Bryson and Party Next Door summer this summer, I think, for sure. That's the vibes I'm getting from the way this is dropping. And I think the only thing that could put that off is if Drake and Kendrick and Cole all drop their albums at the same time. You know, so I'm looking forward to hearing Party Next Door.
The album cover was fire. Ha!
Yaya already ordered the vinyl. Freaky ass.
Nigga, why you released that to the people? I didn't want to say that. I was just going to put it in the back, but all right.
Nah, you freaky.
I did buy that because that is called boudoir photography.
For the people that don't know.
That shit is hard.
The album cover is. Can you explain what the album cover is?
Listen, it's a gal.
So you can know what he bought and is going to put up in the wall.
It's a woman that is in back shot position. That's gonna go down as one of the greatest album covers ever. A hell of a sight to see, and it's gonna be on my wall.
What I did like,
you guys will see it. You guys will see it. We're here.
Is that she had stretch marks? Natural.
Thick gal, them natural. You understand?
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to that.
Off the album cover alone, we already know what type of music.
Bro, I had to cop that shit.
Sex, and it's gonna be sex music going on in that fucking album. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, nigga, with Real Woman, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be one of those ones, and that's why I was like, you know what? Let me just buy the shit. I'm gonna wear the shirt too. It came with like a little bundle. It was like $60.
Yeah,
it came with a shirt and it came with the vinyl.
The album cover.
It was like another design that he had, but it wasn't the album cover. Okay. They should do that. I would have bought that shit. Yeah, bro. I'm looking forward to it. Party, we are waiting for you. Do not fail us. We know you won't.
When has he ever failed us? To be completely honest, I think Party is also one of those artists that just has a following that's not a very wide following, maybe not too big a fan base.
He does. He has a big fan base.
No, but it's a cult fan base. We go crazy for his music. Whenever he drops, we stream it, we buy it, we get the merch, we go to the shows. You know what I mean? That's the type of fan base that Party Next Door garners. So looking forward to his project. And I'm sure a lot of people are too. In terms of music, I didn't really have any more.
Oh, one thing too.
Musical topics I wanted to cover, but I don't know if you got any.
I got a couple more topics. This is the recent news that just happened. Your boy Metro said that his account was hacked. What do you feel? How do you feel about that? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar.
For 2 months, how many months? 6 months?
6 months his account got hacked.
His account got hacked. Who knows?
I don't know if the OVO steppers, OVO Yaya might have made the call over here with the owl on his chest and said, "Yo, you better take down that Twitter, my boy." But I think he's I don't know. It looks a little goofy, to be honest, the way that he went about that. It looks just a little crazy. So
you don't think it's true that his shit was hacked?
No, that shit got hacked.
Nigga could have been holding it for ransom, bro.
You remember when Offset had the tweet that goes, "I'm gay, y'all. I lick ass cheeks." You remember? And then it was like, I got hacked. Yeah, he has the same chances of getting hacked as Offset in that moment, which is 0% chance. 0% chance that he got hacked. He's fronting. I don't know why. He came across so corny with a lot of his tweets. I don't know who he thinks he is. He thinks he's a rapper or something.
Probably had to pay the bag. He probably had to pay like $50 million to get his shit back. You don't think that?
He didn't have to pay to get nothing back, bro.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
He looked corny. That's why he looked corny. It was like, shit. Let me do some damage control. Let me do some damage control real quick. But whatever. They have their album coming out, Future and Metro. We spoke about. I don't know if we said it overtly on the pod, but I did speak about it to people I knew because they weren't aware. It's the double drop that they're doing.
Oh, okay, that's
It's a
something
double
new. I
drop.
didn't.
They're
I didn't know
coming
that was
out with
happening.
another album. The Friday after Cole just dropped this album, so it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see. I think allegedly the album is not gonna have any features on it, but imagine if Kendrick spins the block. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
They go switch to Kendrick's side again, right?
No, I'm not. I was never on Kendrick's side. I was never on nobody's side, except maybe Aubrey's.
But one thing I do want to say, because we had a natural disaster happen a couple days ago.
Not a natural disaster.
You felt it. New York or New Jersey had an earthquake happen.
Yeah.
2 to be exact, and it was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake. I didn't feel it where I was, but you felt it, right? You tell the experience.
This is my earthquake story for you people out there.
I was up and I didn't feel anything. I was burning the spliff, bro. I didn't feel nothing.
I work at 11, so I normally wake up around 10:30 to get to work. I had woken up before my first alarm, which is wild for me because I never wake up before my first alarm. If you know me, you know I'll sleep through anything. I woke up and I thought, damn, do I really need to piss or something right now? And I just get out of bed. And as soon as I take 2 feet out of my bed and I'm standing on the floor, all I feel is the house go, the house starts shaking like crazy. I thought someone had crashed into the house or there was a semi-truck coming by out front or something shaking the whole
world
building.
was ending.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it was shaking for a good minute maybe, right?
Yeah.
It was shaking for a good minute. Yeah. And then I got a call from my mom.
4.8, you should feel
She's like, yo, you felt that earthquake. And I said, oh, that's what that was. Because my peoples, my family are Peruvian. And in Peru, there's earthquakes like fucking nothing. And actually, they wouldn't even consider a 4.8 an earthquake. It's just a temblor, which I think translates directly to like a tremor, which is not, it won't cause any infrastructure damage or nothing. I was worried about the house because I know shit like that is not supposed to happen over here, so it's not built for it. You know what I mean? I don't know what the cause of it was. Some people think it wasn't a real earthquake. It could be fracking. It could be fracking-induced quakes, or it could just be whatever, the tectonic plate shifted in a
God coming for his earth. There's too many wicked people. It's about damn time, nigga.
An interesting one to me is
they robbing us. It's about time.
One to me is some stuff is going on in the Middle East. It looks like tensions are rising in the Middle East.
Yo, wait,
just the day before.
Real quick,
so it might be a cover up, is what people are saying. I don't know if I agree, but that's what people say. You know.
I didn't mean to cut you, my fault.
No, you good. You good.
Because I just want to talk about I didn't know if you were gonna go into that, but there's gonna be a special solar eclipse happening on Monday.
Monday, I think April 8th. Yeah, April 8th.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
I got my glasses ready already.
I'm not looking at that shit. You gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. Okay. They say back in the ancient times when shit like that happened, they did not look at that shit. They fucking close all the doors and they wait the shit out and then go outside. I'm not scared of no
fucking solar eclipse.
They say it's supposed to be a big one.
My mom also feels that way. My mom is a little bit more spiritually engaged, so to speak, right? And she's
lock all the doors.
She thinks that the solar eclipse will take away your energy. I don't know if I agree, but some people definitely do have that opinion.
Look, in the ancient times, they had all the
difference, y'all. I don't think it cares. It matters.
They had all the knowledge, and those knowledge was there for a reason.
Yeah.
The ancient.
Don't be scared.
The ancient
don't
Aztecas,
let this man
they knew.
fearmonger you. I'm with y'all. Who gives a fuck? Look at it. Don't look at it.
I'm prepared for the worst.
I was gonna go about my day. If I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. But I don't want to look.
Because wouldn't it be a great time to pose an attack on something if that shit was gonna go dark for a little bit?
I don't know.
It would be a perfect time to drop some bombs if you was trying to drop some bombs. I know that for sure. We gonna see what happens.
I don't know.
I say peace. I say peace, but that's a perfect time.
Tensions in the Middle East have risen to the point where Iran is ready to drop some bombs on Israel, and the U.S. has already come out and said, "Do not drop any on any American bases." That sounds like to me like we're waiting for them to drop some bombs on American.
Wouldn't it be the perfect scenario when everybody's focusing on this solar eclipse to drop some bombs? I think it is.
Maybe
that will be a chess move.
Maybe
on the board.
You would hope not, because there will be a lot of loss of innocent lives that have been going on for a while. But there will be more losses of innocent.
Some shit could happen, bro.
It's looking bad out here, man. I don't want anything to happen. It looks like we're gonna get dragged into another war again, and yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Nobody wants to be involved in shit like this. and it's something that we think
Look over your shoulder, people.
We feel like it personally could have been avoided.
Be aware of your surroundings and look over your shoulder. When you're in the subway, Freezy, look over your shoulder. Be aware. Be aware of your surroundings.
Speaking of the subway, I do have another topic I want to bring up. They had instituted this before. I don't think we talked about it in the last podcast, but they instituted it before the last pod.
Let's talk about it. I think I know.
Bag searches in not just Grand Central, in subway, the most active subways in the New York City transit system.
Let me tell you this. First things first. You should know your rights, right?
Okay.
And
what are the people's rights?
One of your rights is giving no consent to searches and seizures. It's one of the amendments.
Search and seizures. Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't do anything wrong, a cop can't just come up to you and search you. Feel me? That is unconstitutionally incorrect. That's constitutionally incorrect, which is called unconstitutional, right? So when I was filming my NYC POV photography video for Wavy Studios on YouTube, right? I was there and I was like, I know I didn't just hear these niggas say on the loudspeaker that they searching bags. Nigga, I didn't do anything wrong. I do not consent to any searches or seizures of any kind. These niggas is tripping. So they implemented that, and you said that like, yo, if you go down a certain way, they search you. If you don't go,
I would give up that sauce on camera, but I am not a snitch, and I don't want them to cover it. So fuck y'all. Fuck y'all motherfucking bag searching ass motherfuckers.
That's
right?
fair. But if a cop comes to you and tries to search you and you didn't do anything wrong, just say these words. I do not consent to any searches and seizures. Because here's what's going to happen. If you just give them your rights to search you, you're giving up your power, right? As a citizen, you're giving up your power and giving up one of your amendments.
The
cops can't just come to your house. The cops can't just search your car. You have to give them permission. And when you don't give them permission and they do it anyway, whatever they find or stash in your whip, it's deemed what? Inadmissible?
Inadmissible
in court.
If they
and you will be freed. Remember that. Know your rights, people.
This is another issue with what Yaya is telling people. I want to give them a full picture, right?
And one thing, I just want to say one thing real quick. Mm-hmm. Shout out the Second Amendment. Fuck New York for what they doing to y'all to its people. And anybody who is out of state and respects the Second Amendment, they know that it's unconstitutional what New York is doing to its people. Fuck NY. I come from the Bronx and White Plains. Fuck what y'all doing. You got the floor. I just had to say that. Liberties. Shout out to Second Amendment.
I just wanted to make a mention of this in Yaya's argument about the subway searches, right? Mm. The loophole is you do not have to consent to the search or seizure or whatever is in your bag. But if you don't consent, you have no right to go on the subway.
And that's foul.
That's the loophole they're using, which is foul to the average everyday commuter. I just want to put out a hypothetical there for you people. Oh, my bad.
You lock hands?
I want to put a hypothetical. I want to put a hypothetical out there for you people. You go down into Grand Central. The cop pulls you over and says, hey, you got randomly selected. It's your lucky day to get your bag searched. And you say no, and they say, okay, but you can't hop on a train. Go out of Grand Central. Walk a couple blocks down. And go into another subway station. Because they don't have that shit set up in every subway station. It's every once in a while they rotate it. It depends on the station that you're in. They might not have it. For me personally, I have only seen the search and seizure. I got my feet out right now. Sorry, people. Y'all don't have to see that. Anyways, you don't have to deal with that because you can just try to avoid it. In my personal experience, I have only seen, and I go into the city 2 to 3 times a week for school and other shit. I have only seen it twice ever since they've implemented it in Grand Central. Maybe the time I go at is a weird time for commuters, and maybe there's not a lot of commuters, but in the times that I have gone down, they've only had the search station set up twice, and I've never been stopped because of a certain way I go down into Grand Central. So, I just want to keep that in mind. They're trying to, for me, I think they're trying to give the illusion of safety, but if you really wanted to keep it safe, you little fucking bitch-ass cops that are infringing our constitutional rights, why don't you take your little working ass and get into the subways and go up and down the subway cars and make sure that everything's safe.
They're supposedly doing that. I rode the train with 2 officers one time. I seen them.
They do it, but it's not enough. A lot of these times, these guys are on transit checks, right? They're on transit patrol. But what do you end up seeing them doing? They are in one subway car on their phone, watching TikTok, on Instagram, whatever. I have pictures of various cops just sitting on the platform, sitting in subway cars, not doing their fucking job, which is actively protecting and serving the citizens of New York City.
Let me tell you something.
They sit there on their phones, they're TikToking, they're tweeting, they're Snapchatting, they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing, except keeping the people safe.
Let me tell you something.
Crime has gone down a little bit in New York City, so the measure surprised me a little bit that they actually implemented this. Some people agree with it, some people don't. They say, oh, well, if you don't have nothing in your bag, yada yada, whatever. But the main area that they're implementing this is in Grand Central Terminal, in an entrance where it's mostly Metro North commuters anyway. It's out of people not even in New York City. It's your white collar or sometimes blue collar people in their ties and their suits with their luggage, with their suitcase, with their backpack. You gonna search those, man? You gonna search them when the majority of the people that are committing the crimes in the subways are repeat offenders? It's not a thing about catching new criminals. It's about keeping the people that are fucking doing bad shit locked up.
Here's what I want to tell you, Freezy.
Go on.
There's no one that is gonna save you. You could call the cops all you want, but when it's happening, there's no one that's gonna save you unless it's what? Yourself. And that's why the Second Amendment is so important, because being someone who follows the Second Amendment, you protect yourself.
Okay.
The cops, you could call the cops all you want. The cops is not going to come save you in that exact moment unless they're supposedly walking by. And that's a very rare occurrence. It takes 5 minutes for them to get to you on the regular, I guess. So if you're going to wait 5 minutes for someone to save your life, I'd rather save it myself. And that's where the Second Amendment comes in, and that's where New York has been infringing on the people's rights. So anyone who pushes more gun laws and shit, criminals, they don't follow any laws. So gun laws, some of them, they're just created to fucking hinder your right. They're created to hinder your right. And one thing I have noticed moving to a different state, is less crime. When there's less crime, believe me, when someone who would possibly have an altercation with you knows that you have the means to protect yourself. And you don't have to wait for anybody.
I think you even mentioned to me the other day, you mentioned to me even the attitudes of people are different. People are not more understanding.
People are very nice in different states.
When they know people got that shit
where they honor the Second Amendment. Remember that. People are very nice because they know.
I've heard about that down south doing everything in
Georgia,
commonality.
Florida,
it might be
Texas.
A fallacy, right? We might be making up a
it's not. We're not making up anything. It's fact. It's proven.
Hey, for a state that doesn't allow guns and is very strict about how we control guns,
okay,
there is a shit ton of crime in New York.
And criminals, they do not honor any rules. So you're just trying to regulate someone who is a regular man.
Yeah.
Free up the right.
We get that example of the man on the subway car who got into a fight with another dude and was taking out his illegal weapon to kill the other guy. Luckily, the other dude was not trained, but I guess he was active enough. He was with the shits enough to get the gun away from him and use it on him. And he got free because it was self-defense.
Okay.
But it shouldn't have to
a big case for New York right now. It shouldn't have
to come to the point where this man has to rely on his fucking natural instinct and fighting ability to wrestle a gun out of the criminal's hand and use it against their own criminal.
That's crazy. That's some Looney Tunes shit, bro. That nigga's Superman.
Doesn't make sense.
They should make a movie about that shit. That's gonna sell. That's crazy. The man took away the gun and used it against him, and he was let off because it was in the means of self-defense.
And this may come across as a very...
New York, their time is numbered doing this shit. Keep it a buck with you.
It may come across as a very...
Time is numbered.
Right-wing or Republican or conservative belief that we're having right now. But I feel like... I mean, I view myself as pretty liberal. I'm a pretty left-leaning guy. I believe in a lot of liberal ideas. I like single-payer healthcare. I believe in free public college. I believe in a lot of shit that would associate what people would associate mostly with left-leaning values. But why are left supposedly liberal states, liberal local governments restricting people's constitutional rights?
Let's talk about it.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. So
yeah.
Anyways,
they don't have your best interests at heart, and they don't really want to stop the crime, because if the criminal thought twice about robbing you and raping and pillaging the community, I bet you it won't happen. and it's been proven in every other state, but they like to fall behind by the wayside.
And there's
But the
definitely
people are waking up. Social media, I feel like, plays a big part.
I think even if you look at polls and even like voter registration, like for example, there's initial polls right now already for the general election in November between Biden, Trump, and RFK. And the way that it's looking is that Biden and Trump in New York State, which is normally a very, very blue state, I don't think Trump is going to win it. I don't think RFK is going to win it. But with RFK taking some support away from Biden and some support away from Trump, the difference between Biden and Trump in New York State is 10% or less.
So what does that mean? Because I don't follow these things.
So basically that means that a state which is usually voting very, very Democratic and has a lot of electoral college votes associated with it, which is New York State.
Yeah.
They're always blue, right? They're always blue.
On the screen when they're
with election. It being a 10% polling difference between Biden and Trump, there's usually like a 2 to 5% polling error. It could be even as small as like a 5% difference in New York State, depending on how the votes sway. I'm not saying New York State is going to turn red and vote for Trump, but I'm saying it's to the point where people are starting to have different beliefs and different values where Democrats and Republicans aren't meeting it. RFK's polling like 15% in New York State, an independent candidate. And he shares, I think, our kind of beliefs where a little left-leaning socially, but, believes in the constitutional rights and he believes in a little other more right-leaning ideologies. So it proves the point that what Yaya is saying. There is a lot of people that are waking up to the facts that, hey, maybe the way we're running things in our state and our local government is not going the way we should, and we shouldn't maybe follow along party lines. We should follow what's good for the actual people of the state.
And I just want to say this little quick history about New York, right? Because I don't think I'm going to talk about this again. Or maybe I will. I don't know.
You never know.
So the history is firearms were always in New York, right? From the old times, right? Mm-hmm. They did something in the 90s called the gun buyback program.
Okay.
And people just was like, all right, shit, they giving us money and they not asking questions. Fuck it. We're going to give away all of our protection. And that's what happened. And then as soon as the people gave their guns to the police departments of New York and got money for it, the police or the New York State changed their laws. That's when all these gun laws changed, is when they bought the guns back from the people. And then they changed the laws. So it's so hard to get the shit now.
It's hard.
Legally. That's the play that they did. They tricked everybody.
Then if it's super hard to get a gun legally, it's just going to make the market for illegal guns even bigger.
That's how it's been running for the past how many years now?
Yeah. So, you just got to pay attention a little bit. I mean, this is just like a more personal, I think, belief that we both share, that we just kind of want to share with you guys because, everybody has their own opinions about everything. And, I feel like this point of view isn't always that widely shared, especially from people like us. You know what I mean?
The young Gen Z. Turning 21,
black
22.
And brown, from the projects, from the hood, who are supposed to be liberal, left-leaning. Yeah, get rid of the guns. I don't know. Like, shit is dangerous.
More guns, less crime. I'm saying here.
Dangerous out here. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but
you do.
I think people should have the legal right to bear arms, especially if it's in the Constitution. Dave Chappelle has a great joke on this in one of his stand-ups where he says, man, if you really want to pass gun rights and restrict guns to people, give guns to black and brown people and watch what happens. Watch how they start taking away our shit. So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
I'm glad that you brought that up and that we got to speak on that, because that's something that the people's being infringed every day.
Yeah.
And when you go to another state, you really get to feel like an American.
Eye-opening. It's eye-opening how normal it is for somebody to just go into a Walmart with a pistol on their holster on their belt pocket, and it's not. And people aren't even scared. And people aren't even scared of it. People aren't scared of it.
Everybody has it down south. Everybody has it, and if you try and play with them, you're gonna understand why they created the Second Amendment.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? So
yeah. You got anything else for these people then?
I mean, I think it was a solid pod.
To be honest, I think it's another one in the books. It's another great classic episode in the books for the people, and I'm just really happy that we're able to share our opinions and our thoughts and put out this content to you guys on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Keep watching on the socials.
Like and subscribe to
at
YouTube.
Bill for Cuban Links Pod
Follow us on Spotify.
and Apple
Download
Music.
our episodes on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, wherever the fuck you get your podcast, your audio podcast. Follow us on Instagram. Like our videos on Instagram. Comment if you agree, if you disagree, if you want to argue with somebody in the comments. Hey, it's great for us. It's great for the engagement.
Like
Same goes for the TikTok. The TikTok always goes crazy. Like, share, subscribe, comment, follow, and get into arguments in the comments, please, because we love to see it. We love to see it. Everybody has a difference of opinion. It's it's an open forum in the comments. You disagree with this, you agree with this, whatever.
Yeah.
We just might respond and ratio you, but you never know. So yeah.
With that being said, another classic episode.
Another class. I'm giving a hand to ourselves because it was a wonderful
Another classic episode.
Thank you.
Another classic episode. Bill for Cuban Links, baby.
We back.
Wavy Studios. We out.